This is the SmallRig 4936 video head mount plate CH3. This is a small video tripod head designed for cameras that weigh less than 6 pounds, so it's about a 3 kilogram load limit. I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you about $35. I've seen the MSRP at $39, but I've also seen it for sale for about $34 online. So in the cardboard packaging, we have the tripod video head itself, and a lot of the length here is just this handle, and it has this guy so you can adjust it, move it around like that. I don't believe you can twist it up. So, this is the orientation you're getting on this handle, is kind of that downward facing bend. But you can adjust it this way, and it has little grippy teeth here so that, once you lock it in, it's not going anywhere. Now, all of this packaging is all paper-based, but we do have this bag here. I'm not sure if this is a biodegradable bag. It doesn't exactly feel like plastic, so it might be a kind of a waxed paper style bag here. It rips like paper. And in here we just have this little guarantee card, warranty with, hey, click this QR code for instruction manuals. And it includes 2 Allen wrenches or hex keys. So this is a very minimal, basic, lightweight video head. The camera quick release plate here, if you loosen it slightly, it can slide forward and backwards just a little bit, plus you have a little bit of adjustability for where this 1/4x20 stud goes. And it has pins there to keep it from accidentally sliding out. You have to unscrew this quite a bit to get it to pop out. There's no lock and snap. You basically put it in, you have to tighten this down, and when you have it tightened down, it's locked in. There is a 1/4x20 socket here for some type of accessories, and then you have this guy here for the tilt head. It basically says how much pressure or resistance you want for that tilting action, or you can completely lock it. Now, even when it's completely loose, there is a return to center kind of spring action here. So this guy's going to want to return to the center unless you're actively holding it. So you could tilt it into a particular position, hold it in that position, and then lock it down, and it would keep the position. But in general, this is designed for having it mostly horizontal. And then you have the pan portion down here. It does have a little mark with degree durations, and this here is a 3/8 inch socket, and they did not include a 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter. So if you want to use this on a 1/4 inch tripod, you're going to have to provide your own 3/8 to 1/4 inch sleeve adapter in there. And you can basically lock that, or you can open that. So it's screwed on the tripod, easy, no problems. So the pan head here, you can lock it in place, and if you tighten that pretty tight, it's we're going to unscrew from the tripod before it starts moving here. Now, even when it's fully loosened, there is a little bit of resistance. It's not a lot, you can easily move it with one finger, but it does mean that when you let go of it, it's not going to like blow around in the wind or anything like that. You will have to overcome just a little bit of resistance to pan it. So with the tilt head, it's, it goes down and it'll spring in. Now you saw there, it started to rotate because a little bit of the vector force was changing around. If I was holding on to that well, it wouldn't do that. Let me lock this down. So with the tilt, you can push it all the way down and go up here. You might hit your tripod unless you've adjusted this up. So you cannot flip it over to get the hook going up. So the best you can do is kind of go up like this. And you have a pretty good range there if you do that. So there is resistance when you get to the ends here. It's going to want to kind of spring back. It doesn't spring back perfectly level, but it's pretty darn close to level there. Speaking of levels, there is a tiny little bubble level here, so you can use that to kind of level this if your tripod legs are adjustable. It's usable. It's hard to look directly down on it. So, you kind of have to look at the ring and the bubble in the ring and then calculate, oh, where would that be if I was looking straight down? Because this stuff kind of gets in the way, but it's certainly usable to get you within a degree anyway of level. And so And when you lock this guy, it's not moving up and down when it's locked. So at this price point, it is a perfectly acceptable little mini pan tilt video style head for a tripod. So if you're looking for something to, you know, make your pans smooth, make your tilts nice and smooth, you know, this guy works very well. So the 1/4x20 stud here can be unscrewed at this end. They do not include a 3/8 stud. You know, this is really a small video head for a camera that would take a 3/8 stud, but you can remove that and potentially replace it with a different one. It has a slot, so you can, you know, tighten it up with a screw or, you know, a tool. They include the Allen wrench needed for the hex head socket to tighten it up with. It's not knurled, so you could kind of semi-tighten it by fingertip, but it's really not designed to be tightened by finger. It doesn't have one of those little hinge flaps, you know, so that's probably my least favorite part about this is just, you know, you have to tighten that up either with a tool or it won't be very tight. So I think if I were replacing anything on this, I would unscrew this and put in one that had some type of a flip-flop or knurled knob or some easier way to just tighten it up by hand. Now on the other hand, you're supposed to be putting this, you know, a 6-pound camera max, so it doesn't take a lot of tightness to, you know, lock that in place. Has good rubber strips on both sides here, so, you know, once you get it tightened in there, it should hold pretty darn well. And for any reasonable sized camera, that quick release plate is as big as it needs to be, if not bigger. So you have to get your fingers in between, you know, like this knob and the bottom of your camera to tighten that up. But this guy's knurled, and I had no problem tightening that guy up and holding it on there. So that has pretty smooth action there. You can see that kind of return to center going on like that. Now right here, this arm gets close but does not quite touch this knob. So, you know, it's close, but it does work with that knob there. So going frontwards here with the long lens, doesn't quite return to center. Going backwards, does a pretty good job of kind of getting near the level point. Now taking it off, you loosen a little bit, you know, it's wiggling, it hits those two posts, but it's not going to come out. And then you do a little more and it'll just pop right off.